Okay, welcome to another Seismic Assault matchup. This time we're going to be running against TarmoTwin. So let's get underway. Win the roll here, so we're going to be on the play. Let's see if we can get our opener up. So this is our opener. We've got a young Pyromancer, a couple of abrupt decays, a Seismic Assault and a Faithless Looting, as well as access to both our colours with a Blood Crypt and an Overgrown Tomb. So I'm liking this hand. I think we can run with this. What did we win the roll? Did we lose the roll? Oh well, either way, he seems he went first. So it's very confusing with everything being upside down for some reason or another. So he leads off with a Sim Visions into a turn to Tarmogoyf. Unfortunately, I can't bolt the Tarmogoyf because as the instant goes into the graveyard, I'll make it a 3/4. So can't actually kill it that way. So that's a little unfortunate, but thankfully Abrupt Decay hits Tarmogoyf quite nicely. So get that there. Okay, goes for a Deceiver Exarch. Presumably he has the twin, and yeah, could potentially have won there, I suppose. Fortunately, could Abrupt Decay in response to get rid of that, prevent that from happening. But yeah, potential losing situation there. So he plays a Tarmogoyf. I'm going to play young Pyromancer, Faithless Looting, get an elemental token, final land, and then crack that Inquisition. So we get 2 elemental tokens, we've got 4 power on the board ourselves, and we're in a fairly decent position. We're ahead on life, so if he wants to race, we're happy with that. We've also got Bolt in hand, so seems pretty good for us. Just going to attack here, use Loam to get back on lands. He's going to Cryptic, drawing a card off it. Oh yeah, I forgot to discuss on the Inquisition. We saw Scavenger use Cryptic and one other card, I can't quite remember what it was. Oh, TarmoTwin obviously. So yeah, he's got Twin in hand. He's going to Cryptic the Loam just for drawing a card, so that seems fine. I mean, we don't get lands back into our hand this turn, but I don't think we've actually got any of our retrace cards in the graveyard just yet. A lot of Faithless Lootings though, so that's not a massive deal. Going to continue to dredge the Loam. At the very least, it's one more spell to a spell I can play every turn to get this Pyromancer going, and also hopefully it'll start dropping some retrace spells in there, maybe a Raven's Crime, etc., to start hurting them a little bit more, and maybe giving us some ways to reuse our lands and activate Pyromancer some more. Play Seismic Assault here, then play Loam, and our opponent just concedes. So he didn't have an answer to the Seismic Assault, and that's going to end up finishing him off fairly easily. I don't know if I'd have just... yeah, I'd have just thrown the points at his face. I mean, I suppose I could have killed the Goyf and attacked, but I think we probably just would have attacked with our elementals and then thrown the rest of the lands at his face, and that would have finished him off in fairly short order. So yeah, that went pretty well. Obviously, being able to kill his Deceiver Exarch was a very crucial play, and maybe we should play around that a little bit better, but it ended up alright. And yeah, the power of young Pyromancer just kind of took over the game there, as well as being able to Loam every turn, which was nice, although we didn't really maximise our Loam. So yeah, I thought that match went fairly well for us. Let's see, here is our opener. Got Raven's Crime, Lightning Bolts, a couple of Smallpoxes, and Life from the Loam. Don't really like having 2 Smallpox, but is a decent way to deal with his Tarmogoyfs. So he leads off with Sim Visions. I'll leave out the Verdant. Endgame Blood Crypt. I should have got a Overgrown Tomb, so so I can cast Life from the Loam. So that was just a mistake there. But I'm going to just Raven's Crime. He drops an Anger out of his hand, which is fine. Scavenge News, which is nice for us. We can just bolt that and then hit him with a Raven's Crime, which is what I'm going to do. Dropping a bolt out of his hand. His Salmon, which is fine. I'm not too concerned about that. Pro Red seems like the worst thing for him to have. Also, Smallpox just kind of kills off any creature that he might want to sword. So, seem in a good position. Also, we've got an Abrupt Decay to answer the sword if needs be. And there's Thrun, which is also fine. I keep missing these Inquisitions because it didn't pop the hand up in front of you. I did Inquisitions. Yeah, I Inquisitioned him, saw that he had Thrun and a land. So he plays Thrun. I'm not really concerned about Thrun because I can just use Smallpox. So I am going to have to sacrifice one of my 2 lands, which isn't great. Fortunately, we end up getting Marsh Flats right at the top. Which honestly isn't that lucky, since we are running 26 lands. I run that Young Pyromancer just because it would be great if he doesn't have an answer to it. Fortunately, he does have the Bolt, so that didn't work out as well as we would have liked. Find Life from the Loam, which is awesome. Means we're going to be able to board. I start using Ghost Quarter. I don't know how many basics he runs, but I imagine it's not that many. We blew up the Stomping Ground because it was his only red source, and it turns out he probably doesn't have any basic mountains, so he ended up fetching an island there. So I'm just going to keep going at his red sources and keep playing Ghost Quarter basically. He's just in top deck mode, which is fine. I should have Raven's Crime there. I'm not sure why I didn't. Is Raven's Crime in the graveyard yet? Yeah, it is. Might have just forgotten it. But yeah, he's got 1 card in hand, it seems. Turns out there's a Counterflux. Which is again not too devastating. Just gonna get another land here. Loam. Ghost Quarter away his red source. Which means that he's never gonna be able to cast Twin, and obviously means that him comboing out is not gonna be a thing. And can Feast and Famine it. I can't play Abrupt Decay with the lands I have, but I can Smallpox away the Goyf, which seems nice. Also works well with our current Ghost Quarter plan. Just to sort of see him off mana. So Ghost Quarter is Forest. Turns out he doesn't have. He's out of basic lands at this point, so definitely it's colour screwing him at this point. Sprint plays Pestamite, then hooks up the sword into its Goyf. I failed to respond to it. I wanted to abrupt decay the Goyf. I forgot that the sword actually gives it pro green, so I had to blow up the sword instead. So I messed that up a little bit. Should just blown up the Goyf, but this works out fine since we actually just ended up with a load of removal. So I'm just going to kill these guys now. Didn't necessarily need to do that, but feeling in reasonably good shape. We are on 4, so I suppose there was some risk there. If we played a little better, I think we could have Ghost Quartered his Steam Vents as well as that turn, which obviously leaves him pretty stuck. We've got Tree Tip Village in play now, so we can actually just start beating down. I'm going to Raven's Crime the last card out of his hand. It's an Anger, so obviously he had no chance of playing it, but just to protect my treetop, really. So getting to 3, so we're going to win for the next turn with the Treetop Village. I imagine we could have done that slightly more efficiently and had the kill a little earlier, and maybe not ended up on 4 life, which was slightly risky, but I think otherwise that went pretty well. You got to see the sort of Ghost Quarter Loam engine working pretty nicely. Ended up making this 3 colour deck look like a mono blue deck, which obviously was pretty good for us. meant his top decks were pretty bad. And yeah, this was a pretty sweet matchup for us overall.